Hey, I wanted to give you some heads up on some new stuff that's coming down the pike. And that is, I want to help you, encourage you to start learning to say little phrases in Greek. Now, the background of this is that when I learned German 40 years ago, that went to Goethe Institute and learned enough to read for my doctoral work. But I picked up tons of phrases. And it's amazing, 40 years later, those phrases are still in my head. My wife just asked me something the other day, and I answered ambition. I mean, I didn't say it out loud. I said it to myself. But I mean, just a little, or newer ambition, only a little. Now, I know part of this, I'm sure, is that my daughter is married, Oliver, who's a German, and they're living in Berlin. And so I'm thinking a little more about German. But it's just really interesting to me how many phrases I remember from 40 years ago on learning German. If you notice in the third edition of BBG, there was a professor, and one of the functions of the professor was to help you learn to say things and to hear things, because we all know that the more senses that we employ in learning a language, the better we learn them. It didn't really work in the third edition, which is one of the reasons why I took it out of the fourth, but probably it needed to be audio or video to really convey the meaning. So I'm going to start doing just lots of little lots of little Greek phrases, and I really encourage you to start learning them. And when you're around your buddies who are learning Greek, don't do this with other people, but it's just learn to say, instead of English, say Greek. Just get used to saying it. And I think it'll really help as you use more senses. It'll really help for you to grasp the language and to remember it. So I'll be putting them up on the social media platforms. And we're going to start with how do you say hello, and that'll be the first and the next video. Thanks.